So here's what to expect. Each day there's going to be a theme. And what I've done is I've really tried to think about the sort of pain points for people who run wellness industries. Um, and I guess from the people that I've spoken to in the past, they're things like filling, group workshops, inviting people along to your events to give them a taster of what you do. They are getting one-to-one clients. There's some mindset stuff about, making sure that you absolutely know right to the core that you are worthy of doing this beautiful work that you do. And there's another one about pricing too. So charging what you're worth. There's some strategy, but I do it in a really nurturing way, because I know that a lot of people that work in the wellness industry struggle with that sort of masculine, salesy, pushy, salesy stuff. So there's none of that, I hope you're pleased to hear. So, what will we do? I'll walk you through each day. So on Monday, what we're going to do is look at, I call it spiritual strategy. So it's things like attracting the right type of client into you rather than, as I said, that pushy, salesy stuff. And as I say, we'll go into lots more detail on Monday. And then Tuesday is the pricing day, so it's charging what you're worth. Wednesday is going to be an amazing day. So Wednesday is finding your zone of genius, the thing that you do better than anyone else. But also, as part of that, we're going to be what I call smashing those limiting beliefs. So the things that are really holding you back. And that can be, I'm also, you won't know this because I don't publicly share it at the moment, but I'm an energy healer too. So we're going to do some beautiful stuff around really getting inside and finding where your wounded child's stories are. And that might make you go, ooh, what's that? So wounded child stories are things that are stopping you from really stepping into your power. And I'm going to leave it there, and I'll explain much more about that as we go along next week. But I'm hoping that's going to keep you a little bit curious. And then on Thursday, we're going to be talking about building your tribe, which a lot of people talk about on social media. But because I've been doing marketing for like 30 years, we're going to talk about how we do that holistically. So, and do it both online and offline, and start to bring them all together in one place so that you're working much smarter and doing the one-to-many thing rather than trying to cut yourself into half a dozen different pieces and deliver things in lots of different ways to lots of different people. And it's exhausting, isn't it, doing it that way? So I'm going to show you how to do things in a much smarter way. And then finally on Friday, it's bringing together all that activity and taking people who are perhaps liking your comments on Facebook or sharing stuff, but that you can't actually convert them into a paying customer. I'm going to walk you through that process. I think that's the hardest thing, particularly for people who work in the wellness sector. How do you actually get them from, you've got 1,000 followers on Twitter and you've got 200 people in your Facebook page, but how do you actually convert them from that online activity to stepping up and paying you some money for that wonderful expertise that you want to share with them? So I hope that's good. The next thing I want to say to you is it's the first time I've ever done anything like this, so I'm scared. Everyone's human, aren't they? And this is a lovely opportunity, I think, for you to shape the stuff that I do in the future. So I'm encouraging you to really get vocal and tell me what you like, what you don't like, what you want me to share with you, what's your biggest pain points. And that's the main reason for the Facebook page. So at the beginning of these 5 days, there was an option to fill in a survey, and I'll be sharing and answering all those questions. I'll come on to that in a little while. But you absolutely have the opportunity to ask any question that you want from me, and I will do my utmost to share the answers from my perspective. So the next question I guess you may ask is, how's it all going to work? So we'll top and tail it at the end of each day. So it'll be 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the evening. I know you're all busy, but don't worry, you don't have to do it at that time. So 6 o'clock in the morning, there'll be an email in your inbox, and you can watch this at any point in the day, you know, whichever's convenient for you. I'm doing it at 6 o'clock because some of us are early birds. And that will be a video like me talking to you now about the subject of the day. There'll be anything between 10 minutes and 30 minutes. Some of the days will have links to other things that I think were very relevant. Some of the days will have little workbooks so that you can download them and jot down notes as you're listening, things that come into your head. And I think that that's probably the best way to do it. So make sure that you download the notes first so that you can write it and it's all in one place. And then in the evening, I'm going to do a Facebook Live. That's really scary for me. But I encourage you to come on to the live if you possibly can. And I'll be answering the questions. So some of you have already answered some of the questions in the survey at the beginning, and I'll be addressing all those questions. I'll be pulling them together into sections. If I think that you've got a question that perhaps you've asked on one day that I think is going to be more relevant for another day, I'll keep that question and I'll answer it, you know, on the relevant day, if that makes sense. Just so that we can try and keep the theme of the day rolling. So at the bottom of this email, I'll just put bullet points of the themes that we're going to cover on each day. But yeah, feel free to ask as many questions as you like, because that will help me, as I said, formulate the programs for where I know that people are getting stuck. We've already got some amazing people signed up. So, and I know that it's going to be really special. I'm very excited about it. So the final bit of information that I want to share with you is I'm creating a pop-up Facebook group for the group. It's just solely for this 5-day challenge, and it's where you can ask all the questions, and I'm going to put a link in the email below so that you can come into the group. I will need your email address. I've got a big favour to ask you. If you know anyone who you think might be interested in joining us, would you kindly send them the link to the landing page that you signed up to, and I'll put that in the bottom as well. And it's so that they can register, and I got their email address. The reason I need their email is so that I can send them the email out, you know, in the morning, and they've got the video. Otherwise, if they're just in the group, it won't make a lot of sense and they won't have got all the really valuable content that I'm sharing. So have a fabulous weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Monday morning, and especially getting to see you on the Facebook Live on Monday evening. Take care, and I look forward to getting to know you all better and helping you with your challenges. All right, bye-bye. Lots of love and namaste.